Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited. Blue Angels cancel 2 season opening air shows. Washington State plans rollback of 10% aircraft tax. Oregon exposes cost of ban on Chinese drones. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Cam Walton. Let's get into today's stories. Blue Angels cancel 2 season opening air shows. The first 2 air shows in the Blue Angels 2026 season have been canceled because of force protection issues due to tensions with Iran. Naval Air Facility El Centro, California, and Naval Air Station Lemoore, California, confirmed that their air shows have been canceled due to, quote, increased security measures and evolving force protection requirements, end quote. The El Centro Air Show was planned for March 14th. The Lemoore Air Show was scheduled to take place March 21st through 22nd. U.S. military bases are currently under threat condition Bravo. Quote, canceling this event was an incredibly tough call, end quote, said Captain Sean O'Connor, NAS Lemoore commanding officer. Our air show is one of the most meaningful ways to connect with our community. While we are disappointed, the safety and security of our sailors, families, and our guests must remain our top priority, end quote. Both military bases wrote on Facebook. Quote, our team has worked hard alongside performers, partners, and volunteers to plan a safe and memorable show. However, in light of heightened security considerations, cancellation is necessary to ensure the safety of our personnel, performers, and the public, end quote. Both the Blue Angels and Thunderbirds have additional shows in their March calendars hosted by military installations, making additional cancellations likely. The Blue Angels' new schedule as of March 4th shows their first air show will be NAS Meridian in Mississippi on March 28th through 29th. Maybe. After the break, Small Utah Airport denied business license renewal.
The legendary BD4-seat program is building an exciting future for those who want a rugged 4-seat family flyer with a proven history. The SureWings program produces a complete kit and builder assist program that gives you everything you need to be flying a BD4CS in record time. For conventional kit builders, BD Aviation has parts, partial kits, and full kits for the 190-mile-per-hour BD4C that has logged thousands of hours. Visit surewings.com and bdaviation.com for more details.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. Small Utah Airport denied business license renewal. A Small Utah Airport's development plans have been halted by town leaders who are voicing concerns over noise, safety, and other possible impacts to local property owners. Leaders in Fairfield have denied a business license renewal to the West Desert Air Park and have put other permits on hold that threaten the future of the remote runway. Matthew Combs' stepfamily bought the land that became West Desert Air Park. Over the years, the air park has added a flying club and an aircraft repair shop, and the private landing strip became a public-use airport in 2018. FAA General Aviation and Part 135 activity survey underway. The FAA's 48th annual GA and Part 135 activity survey, otherwise known as GA survey, is now underway, reporting on calendar year 2025. Administered by the research firm Tetra Tech for the past 20 years, the GA survey samples more than 80,000 aircraft, or about 30% of total registered U.S. aircraft. The survey provides accurate and statistical estimates across all aircraft types. Data from the survey is aggregated so the FAA can better understand the impact of the general aviation industry on jobs and economic output. United Flight returns to LAX after apparent engine fire. Shortly after takeoff from Los Angeles for Newark, New Jersey, the crew of United Airlines 787 Dreamliner Flight 2127 reported fire indications on the left engine. According to air traffic control audio, the flight crew told controllers that they had, quote, one engine shut down, end quote, before requesting an evacuation after continued fire warnings. The aircraft turned back to Los Angeles and landed safely about an hour later, and passengers were evacuated by slides. Fire crews reported smoke coming from the left engine. Updated NBAA resource for pilots requiring CBP services. NBAA has an updated version of a highly valued member-only online resource, especially among companies operating international missions requiring Customs and Border Protection (CBP) services. The NBAA GA Airport Fact Sheet Resource, an authoritative information clearinghouse designed to support international travel planning and customs compliance, has been enhanced so that its information is now up to date in near real time. The resource compiles information from hundreds of airport fact sheets and is automatically refreshed almost immediately whenever new or updated details are received from the agency. Well, that's it for our trip around the patch. Now let's return to the rest of the news. Washington State plans rollback of 10% aircraft tax. Washington State legislators are trying to make a course correction after admitting they made a mistake by passing a 10% luxury tax on private aircraft in 2025. The original sponsor of the legislation is now leading the charge to repeal the law, saying there were unintended consequences to the legislation. The Washington State Department of Revenue said the tax legislation was designed to raise a projected $4 to $5 million annually, but legislators discovered the tax may actually reduce state revenue by driving away high-paying maintenance jobs, fuel sales, and hangar leases. Representative Tom Dent said the House version would fully repeal the luxury aircraft tax without any offsetting increases elsewhere. He said that difference will need to be negotiated with the Senate in the waning days of this year's legislative session. Dent, who is a pilot, told legislators that many aircraft above the $500,000 threshold are not quote-unquote toys, but essential tools for firefighting, medical transport, and agriculture. Aircraft owners, associations, and related businesses testified in large numbers to the legislature that they didn't want to become collateral casualties in the drive to soak the rich. After these messages, Oregon exposes cost of ban on Chinese drones.
Backed by over 30 years of Aero-News reporting, PropWash is the daily email newsletter that delivers top aviation headlines to your inbox. Expert reporting, clean facts, and real insight. Start your day with aviation news you can trust. Subscribe to PropWash today at aero-news.net.
There's a lot of places I get to at the end of the runway or in turnarounds that I need an engine running. So for me, it's very important to have a product that I'm absolutely confident with. I am very confident with the Trailblazer propeller. And when I'm flying air shows, I know that propeller is going to be right for me.
Welcome back. Oregon exposes cost of ban on Chinese drones. The Oregon Department of Aviation, ODA, published a white paper saying recent federal restrictions and guidance affecting foreign manufactured UAS have triggered widespread operational disruption across state transportation agencies. The white paper's state-by-state data tells a story that individual news reports could not. It is not a handful of agencies scrambling to adjust. Rather, it is a systematic operational disruption across American transportation infrastructure. Based on responses from 25 states, programs that relied heavily on Chinese DJI and Autel drones report the largest impacts, including fleet grounding or restrictions on federally funded projects, interruption of survey and/or mapping, and construction workflows, and near-term funding gaps. Federal restrictions prohibit using federal funds to procure, operate, or maintain drones manufactured by Chinese companies, primarily DJI and Autel. The Oregon Department says 95% of its drone fleet, amounting to 21 airframes, is at risk of being grounded due to federal restrictions. Across the country, at least 467 directly counted drone airframes are grounded or restricted across 23 states that provided specific numbers. The replacement costs are high. The ODA white paper provides order of magnitude cost modeling. Nationally, estimated replacement exposure for state agencies ranges from approximately $10 million to $50 million, with the plausible upper end reaching $70 million, depending on how broadly restrictions are applied. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.